Oh, look, there's so many people here already. Well, many,
Hey
yeah.
guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi. Oh, look at all these people.
Thank
Ah,
you. This is lovely actually. I'm gonna have to take this hat off. So hello and welcome.
your
We
head looks so freshly shaven, Martin. Ooh,
freshly shaven every 2 days, love that.
really, really
Right.
good.
Thank you for joining. Everybody, Simon, Joe, Moran, and Emma, everybody else. So tonight we're going to be discussing a few things. What are
A couple of
currently
things.
a couple of things, yeah. What's currently fresh in the land of Instagram and social media land?
And there's one thing that I'm just dying to talk about, but we can't. That's for the super secret after show that you
That's
guys
the
won't
green
get.
room. Yeah, we've just like, I mean, obviously, like we spend far too much time on Instagram, but it won't be forever now because my account is being deactivated on June the 1st.
Ooh, yay! Mine
Yeah,
isn't.
yours is due to obvious reasons, and like because I've migrated over here and I absolutely love it and love everybody on here. And and anyway, like one thing that's been really pissing me off of late, and it has been pissing me off, and it's also been pissing Levi off as well, is the lack of integrity with ugh, I don't know. How can we say this?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily the lack of integrity, but the Instagram tarot landscape has changed a lot over the years, and I think we did talk about this before.
Honest. Yeah, yeah, it
Um,
has.
but it's now sort of coming to the point where I kind of have to lecture younger readers about um, what is acceptable and ethical and what's not. I kind of want to read a little quote from Vix, a new age hipster.
Yeah,
She's a lovely person, by the way.
he is lovely.
And she had this, and I'm actually going to share it again on my stories, and I'm going to keep sharing it and sharing it and sharing it. She says, when you see those videos that are like, if you're seeing this video, this message is for you, it's less likely to be divine guidance and more likely to be manipulative sales tactics or algorithm hacking. Yes, there are times when a video on here will feel like divine guidance. And sure, sometimes it will be. But this culture of manipulating followers into thinking everything they see is divine guidance is just off. And I've actually I had a couple of like younger accounts follow me on Instagram who are doing that stuff, and I actually commented and on some of their posts saying, "Ooh, this doesn't sit well with me at all." And they were actually very open to it, and they said, "Oh, could you please shoot me a DM as to explain to me why?" And I did. I explained that to them that that this is what's up, and it's just they come into this world seeing just that because that's what the algorithm pushes.
Yeah, it is. Are you Gerald? Oh,
Hi.
it's so lovely to see you and you, Jen. I just think it's like, I mean, yeah, everybody, we all set out like at different, we're all learn at some point. We're all on a learning process. We all learn to learn to read the tarot, and it is difficult to say to somebody, when are you ready to read for paid readings? Who are we to tell somebody that they're ready or not? And I would never tell somebody that. But on the other hand, I do think that you should have a few years' experience under your belt.
Yeah,
Um, and at least
definitely.
not just like reading like for your friends and your mom. Going out there and doing public readings and dealing with the public, because it's not just about reading, it's actually dealing with other people as well.
Yeah, it's not about, because my readings are recorded primarily, and then I do have readings at the metaphysical store, of course.
Yeah,
Oh, Peekaboo Rose is here as well. Hi. We love you.
we do.
But it's definitely, even with those recorded readings, it is very much my task with the ethics to I'm very I'm very ethical when I give readings. For example, when I get a weird intuitive hit during my readings, even when I'm recording them, I will tell the person I'm reading to, like,
Yeah,
hey, this
yeah,
may sound like it's coming out of left field, but I kind of get the urge to tell you this and this, and it's very much an intuitive hit. Might not even have anything to do with the cards right now. Might not even resonate with you right now, but it's just something that I want to give to you, and it's up to you whether that resonates for you or not.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. It is. Hi Ben. Hi. It. I don't know. See, the thing is, with somebody more experienced reader, and I'm not just on about myself because there's hundreds of experienced readers.
Well, you are
Well, I may be, but like I mean, experience, whatever, seasoned or old readers. Then, you
seasoned.
know, the thing is, when you try to offer advice to people, and now because we live in this cancel culture society, people say, "Oh, they're telling me what to do. They're gatekeeping." No, I'm not. No, we're not gatekeeping. We're trying to offer our advice, and there's a difference. Vintage, Joe, vintage. That's it. Um, there's a difference in that. I've always, if somebody knows a little bit better than you, well, why not listen to their impartial advice? And I think that's always the best way.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot of older readers that do things way differently than I do, but I
Yeah,
find it extremely fascinating to. For example, I've never really engaged with her. I don't feel like she engages much with people on Instagram, anyways. But Kelly from The Truth and Story is an older, more seasoned reader,
she
and
is. Yeah.
yeah, and she has a very different reading style from me, but I learn so much from her.
Everyone does, and I have as well. I mean, I remember, I said to you, I've been reading the Lenormand for years, but I used to watch Donna De La Rosa's videos, and Donna is a fabulous Lenormand reader, and the way Donna reads was fabulous. And as you say, um, it's like kind of. I don't know. I'll watch like Kelly, The Truth in Story, as you say. I'll watch some other older readers. There's a guy in America. He's an older reader, but I can't remember what his name is. And I love to sit there watching YouTube videos because you can pick up tips and you think, oh, I wonder how they got to that conclusion with those two cards as a pairing. Because you're always learning on this journey, ain't you?
Yeah, for even better example, there's this one girl who uses my tarot deck sometimes. She does live readings on YouTube,
Yeah.
and she will pick up on things in the art where I'm like, well, I didn't consciously put it there like that, but
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah. Well, that's what that she's obviously using she's got a base meaning of the card, and then she's obviously using her intuition, her intuitivity, which is fine. And I've got no problem with that. But like, I mean, I mean, we ain't got, we're not like trying to judge anyone or do
I
anything like
mean,
that at all.
you because let's keep it a little bit softer. I mean, we all started somewhere. Martin and I actually had a little pre-chat, and I said, I used to be a shit reader at one point. Martin used to be a shit reader at one point, but I feel like and I don't consider myself old school, but I was very naive when I started my tarot Instagram. I've been reading for a while, but I didn't even know there was such a thing as more than three tarot decks in existence,
Yeah, yeah,
So I was very naive, and but I did know how to perform a reading, and I was very easily impressed by what I saw on Instagram,
yeah.
and you gotta kind of, I don't know. It may seem like sometimes you may feel like, boom, you're the tarot stud, but actually you're not.
No, no, you're not.
It goes with it goes with ups and downs, and I'm in a very comfortable place right now reading.
And me, I mean, I've got nobody to impress. I don't, I just read when I feel like it, and that's me. But Gerald's just made a good point. I think the most skilled readers are always learning, and I totally agree with that. And the learning never stops. Lizzie's just said that that's part of the joy and beauty of tarot reading. You are always learning, yeah, because there's always new content coming out, new information. It's always nice to see what that tarot book has to say in case, they've got something better to add.
I actually did a tarot reading for myself yesterday. You can find it on my Instagram page where I used the She Wolf Tarot, which is a very
Yeah,
Thoth-esque deck. And I was like, "Ooh, I got 2 court cards," and I was like, "Oh wow, I kind of forgot." And I have that great Thoth book by Milo Duquette, and I was like, "Oh yeah, these court cards next to their astrological symbolism, they also have these elemental associations where
yeah,
King of Wands is fire of fire, and Queen of Cups is water of water. If you mix those together." What does that alchemically create? It creates steam, which can be
yeah,
either very refreshing and relaxing, but it can also be very hot and dangerous if you stay in there too long, you know?
trifling, yeah, exactly. And
So,
brilliant to
that was
learn.
something, another one of those moments where I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm learning new stuff. This is cool. This is interesting."
Yeah,
It's
I
fun.
did a reading about an hour before I come on with my um yeah, my new deck that Sandra sent me. What is it? Sorry, Sandra. The Blight Tarot, and it absolutely blew my mind. It really did. Because the directions that people was facing, somebody was facing the back of somebody else, and I thought, fucking hell, turn round, and that's it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Pamela, what you want to read for other people? I just really like to study tarot because it's so relevant to life for now. It's just self-understanding and self-conversation. Right.
Good question. Good
That is
question.
a really good question, actually, Pamela. I think with me, over the years, it's like offering a little bit of extra advice. Um, Maybe it's helped. Well, I hope it's helped people anyway. I've never had any complaints as yet. But it's also distancing yourself from the client and also, trying to give something. I don't know, help me out here, Levi. How would you say, like, why would you want to read for somebody else? Is it just
Um,
helping somebody else or?
I don't really care about other people. Can I be like really honest here? Sometimes you have things in your life where you just feel like, oh wow, this is so totally my forte, and this is what something I'm really good at and what I'm meant to do.
Yeah,
And for me, that's when I'm most in my element when I do readings for people. Just last night, I did a fabulous past life reading, which I know I'm really good at.
yeah,
By the way, small plug, past life readings are all my readings are on sale right now on my Etsy because
they
of the
are.
whole shit
Check out
show that
Levi's
is Etsy.
website. Yeah, and
And
easy to read.
I just really like doing them. I like doing readings for others. And the benefit of that is that I can give other people advice and so they can move on with their life. Or you can just do cool stuff with the tarot that other people want you to do. But I'm not
Yeah, yeah.
necessarily in it to help other people. I just love reading the cards. And I
I
can read
think
them
for
from
me now, because of like the whole dynamics of the last 2.5 years, the pandemic, obviously, I think people have changed so much and people want more answers now than ever. So what I have tried to do is take a step back from readings. I very rarely read anymore unless it's for regular clients,
yeah.
returning clients, should I say, not regular. Um, because I think that people should take like this element of personal responsibility that no tarot reader can actually help or give the answers to, you
No,
know.
definitely.
And I do think that people now want like kind of psychics, tarot readers, but like going to the right one and choosing the right one can be extremely difficult because it's a whole pool of people now all bunched together in the one kind of place, and you don't know who you're picking, do you? And that's the trouble.
I've actually been thinking about and I kind of want to test the waters with you and maybe the people in the comments, see what they think.
Yeah,
because very often you don't really know how someone reads, do you? You can check their Instagram,
Yeah, you
look at
don't. No, no, you don't. That is totally true. You don't know how someone reads until you've actually seen them read for somebody else.
and I've been kind of thinking about maybe filming some, because on Instagram you have your posts, your captions, but that's all written. You don't
Yeah,
really.
it isn't
And then
live.
we do pull cards on our lives, so that might be an indication for people to kind of like gauge, hey, is this someone that I jive well with? But I've been thinking about actually filming some cool readings for myself,
Yeah,
me pretending like I'm doing them for someone else and putting them on my channel so people can see.
yeah. And Pamela has just said, first of all, Anita, I would say there's a need for serious terror experience plus a good understanding of human behaviour in order to read sensitively. That is absolutely spot on, Anita.
Yeah.
Pamela has just said as well, I really appreciate your answers and your insights. I know you're both not newbies to tarot, but I occasionally hear people who are new and already want to start a business tarot reading. It amazes me. It also amazes me too, Pamela.
Yeah.
Hi,
Um,
Candy, as well. Sorry for everybody I've missed. Hi, Joan. Hi, Candy. Hi, Veronica.
you know what
Everybody.
it is about tarot reading businesses? It's rarely lucrative for anyone. There, I
Yeah,
said it.
it's right. Yeah, it is. Unless I've always said you need to be reading in Watkins in central London. Um,
Yeah. I know it's
also,
different in America because, there is a higher demand there. But, a lot of great readers that you and I both knew threw in the towel because, there's very much a sort of reigning set of tarot queens that are getting a lot of business. And that's about it.
yeah, yeah, that's it. And I think, in social media land now, I think people are all too wrapped up in the whole kind of oh hey and all this bullshit, And I think if you're kind of like reserved and stuff, these people kind of get overlooked. It's all about aesthetic and being showmanship and everything like that. We've seen it all on YouTube where people have got all this fake smoke and everything and wearing a fucking cloak. Fuck all the way off. We don't want
Yeah,
to see
I
that bullshit.
that guy has deleted his channel, which is such a shame because that would always be my go-to video to send to people asking, because sometimes people would ask me like, "Hey, you're kind of gatekeepery sometimes. Can you show me what you mean by a horrible reader?" And I would send the video of that guy, but I can't find it
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, yeah. It's right, innit? I think I'm gonna get me a cloak for my 52nd birthday and start, let all my fingers to go all yellow and everything and start getting me old Marseille out and start doing readings and put
Yeah.
one of them tip jars on the side. Because I am the person who stays up late to watch these live YouTube reading videos, and some of them are absolutely fucking appalling, I must say. But then again, some of them are good.
Smoke
Simon,
and clothes.
Simon, we can get matching cloaks, darling. And
Martin and I actually have once talked about going live, decked out in full leather gear as the hot leatherettes and
with
performing readings
masks.
like that.
With that, I want to wear that doggy one. You can wear the pig one.
Oh yeah, you can have the puppy mask, and I'll do the pig mask. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah, with a pipe with the poppers going into it.
but honestly, though, and if some people want to treat tarot kind of as a show, and it's their good right. But
Yeah,
don't
it's
come,
nice. I mean,
don't come
don't get me
crying
wrong.
to me. Don't come crying about it to me after you've gotten a shit reading. You know.
No. And it's like, I mean, we'll all like to see a bit of showmanship. I mean, as you all know, I mean, I'm very reserved. Said no one ever, right?
I mean, yeah, you and I do it both a little bit as well, but it's very, um, it's not literal smoke and mirrors. It's just us being us.
Well, yeah, it's just me being me. And I mean, don't forget, a lot of mine as well was to show off my photography skills. I'm never going to hide that because I do photography for
Yeah,
campaigns, deck campaigns, and people's websites. So obviously, people had to see what I could do as well. The reading was just a little bonus when I wanted to throw a reading in around the cards. But like, I
yeah,
mean, you've noticed my Instagram is poorly executed now because it looks like a complete shit show because all I'm doing is holding a card up in front of me now. and just posting ads on there continuously. But that's all I'm using it for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying. But the whole discussion we have had before is um, you know, um, these huge channels on YouTube, because um, I know that Simon is a pretty big tarot YouTuber. Tarot Stash is a pretty big tarot YouTuber. Lisa Papez, Kelly from The Truth and Story, all really big tarot YouTubers
Yeah,
with
but
pretty
have you
large.
noticed with people like Simon and Gerald, they've got integrity, and that's what matters.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Gerald just says, "What's left after the showmanship? Integrity, Gerald."
yeah.
And that's what matters at the end of the day.
But what I was saying is they're pretty big channels, but then when you compare them to the channels that do these live readings and these pick a card readings, those
Yeah,
people get like hundreds of thousands of views
I know.
per
Yeah,
video.
yeah,
It's insane, and that's where the business part of me comes in, because sometimes people will tell to me, "Hey, but these people are doing those pick a pile readings for free on YouTube. How are they interfering with your business?" They are, because they're offering something for free, yet
yeah,
making a lot of money off of the ad revenue.
yeah,
Where I don't have that platform yet, and I don't want to do the same thing in order for me to get that big. It would totally go against all my principles, because
yeah,
frankly, I don't believe in collective readings.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
believe
yeah.
in this is what your person thinking about you readings. I don't believe in
No,
this
man.
is a reading for all the Tauruses.
Yeah. Simon's just said it's about longevity. I firmly believe that there is a core 300 people at any one time following and watching your videos. Otherwise, live chats would have thousands of people in them. So
Yeah.
true, Simon. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing live after dark readings. And I'm going to sit there in my fluffy nightie with a spam sandwich and my rollers in. And getting me book out, getting me Rider Waite Smith book out in my deck and just reading right from the book, and just putting the
Hmm.
card there. This is a message for you. This is what I'm going to start doing. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a good message, Martin. Ain't nobody can tell you anything else. And if
Just,
that and if that tarot deck doesn't have a dead baby on a horse in the sun card, it's not a good deck. It's not. There should be a dead baby or a muscle baby on a horse in that damn sun card. Otherwise, it ain't no good deck. Apparently, when you talk like that,
well,
you're a good.
yeah. But I'm going to have the camera facing me so you can see me rollers and everything, like be all
Yeah,
pro
yeah,
with the
yeah.
tag hanging out my mouth. Anyway, right, on to the next bit. I was going to ask you, right, what would be if you could choose, and if you had the choice, the option in front of you right now, right? What elements would make up the perfect tarot deck for you?
Oh man, that's so. I was actually thinking about that today. So this is really funny. You should ask.
That's it, Ben, like a brummy dot cotton. Yeah, that's it.
To be quite honest with you, I was thinking about that, and think I may have found it in the Mary L Tarot. But I was thinking about making a deck for myself that has all
Yeah,
those
I
elements.
think, I think you've got a point there because I think the only perfect deck that we could do is make it ourselves, even though that's never going to happen for me. I'd probably pay somebody to do it.
You don't have the patience. You could, but you're a
I
lazy
don't have the
Scorpio.
patience. No, I just can't. I just cannot. I get bored halfway through. I'd rather have it done for me. But what can you do with the Marseille Tarot deck? They're impossibly been done anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was kind of thinking I have this very particular way of reading the minors, with the numerology and stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes so I would like to see a deck where I would like to create, maybe at one point, a deck where I see that style, numerological reading style that I have reflected a bit more but not necessarily in the pip, not necessarily as pips,
What, the
but
dual tarot or the gill tarot, however you say it, with a big number on it?
no, I don't like that.
No,
I tried it, but it's a bit too fugly for me.
yeah,
Sorry.
I can't. The majors are beautiful, the minors, however, no.
But I would love to kind of create a deck where the pips are illustrated. However, it very much reflects the way I read them, because that's why I love the Rider Waite, but that's why I don't use it that much, because the Rider Waite to me sometimes can be very limiting in how you read a pip card.
That's it. And what's the mushroom Marseille?
Mushroom Marseille, or maybe the marshmallow maybe she's talking about your background. I don't know.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah, with the jellyfish in it. I would love. I haven't got the master. Which was the one that you got me? What was that one? The
The
one with the
tarot siren.
yeah, yeah, which I adore. But I would like kind of like yeah, a mushroom Marseille. It'd be really cool, wouldn't it?
I've actually been messaging. Wait a second. Hold up. What the hell is this? Oh, okay. Apparently now we're putting dildos next to our tarot cards. This just in. I was just opening my Instagram to look
Oh, I
up
did
some.
see that earlier. Something about not being ashamed or something. Yeah,
Yeah, really interesting. Okay, I actually messaged that girl that does the Marshmallow Marseille,
yeah.
and I was asking them anything new you're working on, and she said, "Thank you so much. My brother and I are working on a new tarot deck, but slowly." So I really love their style. I really dig it. Oh, it's so good.
Tony, I don't know that Blue Marseille one, the thingy stone Blue Marseille. See, when I done that live the other night with Gerald and Ben, they showed me decks that me and you have never seen before. And this is the beauty of being on here because we're being enabled more now than ever. Because there was actually deck creators in the chat as well, so that made the whole thing worse.
You know,
Um,
Julie from Peekaboo Rose actually made a really cool Jasmine Beckett Griffith tarot deck.
did she?
Yeah, because all of Jasmine Beckett's Griffith's art is in the public domain now, or a lot of it is. So you can
Yeah, I don't know none of this. Have I got my head buried in the sand all day or something? Because I'm completely out the loop.
go to Jasmine. You can go to Jasmine's website, and you do have to sign up, but then you can download as many images as you want. And you can either make your own tarot deck or your own oracle deck. I know you like her art as well, so
I do. Simon, yeah, when we need to arrange a lunch date in Wagamama in Birmingham, love.
Oh, Wagamama. I'd be
Yeah,
down for that as well. Yum.
I know, yeah, I could just eat that now, actually.
It's really good. Really, really good.
So yeah, I mean, my deck would probably be like, you know what, as well. I'm kind of like, I'm not over it, obviously, because there's a place for it. But you know, when I was fighting all the time for like, oh, there's not enough men in these decks and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm just tired now, and I ain't bothered using the bloody deck, to be honest with you.
Which deck?
Any deck, any deck now. I'm not. I'm so over people in decks. Mine are predominantly animal decks anyway that I use now, and just the Marseille. And there's very limited people in there, so it don't matter, does it?
Well, I never really cared that much with tarot. But I still sometimes get pissed off when we get real. You know what it is? It's not necessarily about the fact that there aren't any men in some of the decks that are coming out. For example, that She-Wolf tarot is absolutely one of my favorites that I own.
Yeah, I ain't bothered about tarot decks nor over any men in either.
No, but the thing is that the thing that does bother me is that usually those artists that do decks that are usually in that femme style, that are usually kind of cool, photoshoppy or collagey that you love as well.
Yeah,
I just wish that I would have that same talent and make something that has men in it just for me. And then
yeah,
also still with Oracle decks, I do kind of, because I love Oracle decks. I'm an Oracle deck Mary, and it just sometimes pisses me off still that the only male card in the deck is either the love interest or the brave man or the man that saves the woman from her eternal downfall. And then there's also still that whole discussion about how the divine masculine is always wounded and damaged and the divine feminine is never. And I'm like, bitch, I know some crazy as fuck bitches out there as well, and their divine feminine is definitely
Exactly.
damaged.
Simon, no, I don't, because I just don't like it at all. And Levi sold his, didn't you?
Yeah, I sold mine. I didn't get on with it at all. I like seeing, I would have liked it if there would have been a bit more, because I mean, how do I say this without sounding like a total horn dog? I think a lot of the men in that deck could be a bit more burly.
Yeah, yeah. Those all skinny twinks, weren't they?
Yeah, it was a bit sleazy bottom pick twink deck for me, but
Yeah. Just something just dropped on the floor. Did you hear the noise?
I didn't because I was too self-absorbed to even notice.
I think I think it was one of my kidney stones, love.
Probably.
I just heard this on the floor. I don't know what it is actually. It's bugging me now. So yeah, I mean, yeah, there is some. I mean, there's some decks out there now that I'm kind of like loving, but like wouldn't buy.
Well, I kind of want to wrap the whole masculine deck conversation up with saying, do I care that much? No. It's just that sometimes I wish a deck like that in that art style would exist. And then what does piss me off is that we get a fairly traditional deck, but all the male figures are turned into animals, kind of. I know this deck does that a lot.
All men are fucking animals. You should know that.
No, we're not. Like, I love the Star Spinner
I
Tarot,
like that deck. I do.
and you can. I love it, but I do kind of find it bothersome that why are there reversals in here? I do
Maybe
kind of find,
Simon, but it's probably because I ain't a young skinny twink. I ain't gelling with it. I don't like it, Levi.
but I don't like that all the kings are animals. I don't like that at all. And it's a spectrum of male types. Yeah, but I feel like the spectrum in that deck leans a bit too much to the skinny bottom pig twink
Like the
side.
old Trigger films from the 90s.
Yeah, the old Trigger films and the Bellamy films, if you get what I'm saying, from the early
Of
2000s.
course, Simon gets what you're saying.
I guess he gets what I'm saying. If he's a proper fairy like you and I, he gets it.
Of course he is.
All the gals in here probably don't, but sometimes things aren't for them.
We could do the Bellamy tarot deck. Imagine that.
The problem was with me was that I never really thought the guys in those films never looked quite all right.
No, not really.
They always looked like their father was also their uncle,
Yeah.
like, or their brother, This
That's
is my
true.
brother and also my dad. Like some
Scally boy orgy. Right then. Now
I want to say really inappropriate things, and now I can't because we got to keep it clean.
it's just like so brilliant on here, isn't it? Like, we've had the
Martin and I
police
always
come
have
out.
laughs. I probably have an old Attitude mag somewhere over here where they used to have those stupid ads in the back, like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
call 0900 something for
Filmed in Nottingham in Simon's flat, obviously.
exactly.
There you go, Simon.
And I do really like, so maybe I am a bit of a wormball, but I do really like the Sabbath Tarot.
Oh, you know
Honestly,
what? You know my feelings on it as well. I've never like been compelled to really buy it. I don't know why, and I cannot stand that True Black Tarot, and I know I'm going to get like slaughtered for that, but I really don't like it.
I like it, but do I think it's special enough to warrant the price of over £100? No.
No, I mean, I've had some real crackers like lately, like for £50 and stuff like that. And it's bloody Miranda's fault. But yeah, I mean, I'd review that Tarot Midnight City Tarot. And I remember you originally showing me that deck a while ago, and I says, "Oh no, I don't want that. What do I want that for? I don't live in New York, and now I love it." It's got such a lovely vibe, and what Jackie's done is explained every single place in that card in the deck, and I
That's
think
pretty cool.
it's so lovely, such a lovely deck, really lovely.
So I got this the other day,
Oh,
and it's actually a really cool deck, but that guidebook,
oh, I know. That's what put me off. The deck is lovely.
that guidebook is so offensive, honestly. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but it starts with this really badly written prologue. Ah, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Gerald.
Just
Yeah,
for a
that's
meal,
funny.
just for a meal, Gerald. Just for a
Just for a
meal.
meal, love. Just for a meal, nothing else.
Nothing else. It has this really pretentious, pompous prologue where the author really like discredits traditional tarot,
I
and
know.
then continues to and wants you to use this deck with your intuition completely, and then continues to write the guidebook as if it's any regular, ordinary tarot deck with all the meanings in there. And what I would have liked to have seen is if you're going to give me a deck that is meant to be used intuitively, write a cool manual on how to read intuitively, for
It's a
example.
mess. That whole book is a mess.
Yeah.
Um, sure. Hang on, Levi. Tony, yes, I know. But you know what? I had that Poppy Paling deck, the Everyday Tarot, and I got rid of it because Tony's just said like it's like London everyday vibes, like the Midnight City, and I got rid of it. And I'm thinking, do I need it again?
I know Poppy loves it. I think I've heard her talk about it before. There's something about the way that that artist drew the faces of the people that kind of turned me off, where it's kind of like weird looking mouths, but maybe that is London, you know, bad teeth. However,
You've fucking been there.
hello, love.
Black as fuck.
You want to get a nice copper with me? You know, like
I mean, I might actually order it, and Moran's just give a shout out to the Ashley Cook Tarot, which deserves a bloody good shout out as well.
yeah, that's not really my thing either. I saw that review on your channel, and I was kind of like, oh, well, it's cool, but I don't know, like the perfect tarot deck for me, honestly, I already kind of have, and it's the Marielle Tarot, and I give the best reading with that. I feel super comfortable. The mythology in it really speaks to me. That it fits my reading style so perfectly, and you know, I just love it. And I think that Tarot of Transformation that is coming in a couple of weeks is also
Yeah,
going to
that's
be.
all right. Gerald, I'll have it. Pop it in the post, love. Um, this old skank will have anything over here. Um,
Exactly, another package.
another package. I
Is
don't know,
there
probably. What was she
Isn't
going to
there a
say?
tarot deck out there? Different question for you. Is there a tarot deck out there that you absolutely loathe?
Loathe. A current one.
Well, you know, I don't know. Or where you were like, because usually when I buy stuff, I'm like, oh, this is pretty and this is going to be a new favorite. Usually it's not. But sometimes I will have this very visceral reaction where I'm like, oh, for me that was with the Cosmic Tribe tarot when I saw that Queen of Pentacles, and that made me go, oh, this deck is not for me, not for me at all.
I'm trying to think. I've only I've boxed up like recently. Actually, no. Yes, actually, there is one I just cannot stand to look at, and that is the Touchstone Tarot,
Oh yeah, I kind of remember that.
the one by Cat Black.
Yeah, the Touchstone Tarot. Let me look that up really quickly because I kind of want to get a.
It's got all like Renaissance art on it, and
Yeah,
you know, and
I don't like that either. I
no,
remember you getting it and being like, no.
yeah, the people, the portraits in the card look like them staring at your fucking soul, and I feel guilty every time I look at them, thinking, "Do you know this bullshit about me?" Then, and so
Yeah,
like I had to put it back in its box. Yeah, the Fountain Tarot Simon, I've always been on the fence about. The Thoth, I adore.
I adore as well. Yeah, it's like the Thoth is definitely one of my favorites, hands
One
down.
deck. Let me show you one deck. Now I ain't gonna like be unkind about it. It's just I wished I hadn't bought it. All right. Because what I think you was with me. Was you? I don't know. Maybe. I just wished I hadn't bought it, and I wished I'd have thought about it before I walked out the shop. And that's the Alchemical Tarot of Marseille.
Oh, I wasn't with you, but
Must have
like
been with Moran then, or Simon, or Ben.
I'm
Um,
going to say something that's going to sound like blasphemy to a lot of the people watching, but I feel like Robert M. Place and Ciro Marchetti are the most overrated people in tarot history.
Me too. I mean, I just, obviously I love the Tarot de Marseille, and I love alchemy and occultism in tarot, but I don't, on the other hand, like sentences on the bottom of cards.
I don't like, but it's not even about that for me. It's about the art. I think it's so mediocre. I
It's
think
like
it's
really 2D, and like to me, it's lifeless.
really lifeless, really lifeless. Yeah.
And
But
to, and to
most people adore the shit out of that. Like, but I think it's so super. Like I said, people are hating. Think it's the most mediocre piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, me too. And I should have
Sorry.
had the little tiny one. There was a little one. I should have had that, and like
Well,
if you
it's
want to
not that
trade,
much better,
if
but
anybody wants to trade me with a real Tarot de Marseille deck, this is up for trade. It's never even been used. So that yeah, you go. Preferably in the UK because the shipping takes the fucking piss now. Um, yeah. So like Sandra, if you've got any more Tarot de Marseille decks you rehoming, message me, and this might be winging its way to you, right?
and people can like whatever they want, but since
I
we're
can,
on the
yeah, and I
subject,
think that's what the whole diversity of the tarot community. I really respect and appreciate that because
yeah,
what we don't see the beauty in, somebody else will.
yeah, there's literally something for everybody out there now.
There is, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't wait to get more pasted at last back in Watkins
What
at
about
some point.
Ciro? What about Ciro Marchetti,
I
whatever?
just do not get Chiro's artwork at all. I know it's beautiful to some people. To me, on the other hand, I just don't like it, and I never have done. Any deck or anything he's ever bought out, it's never vibed with me at all. It's
I do
too
have I do
too
have that
showy and too
one.
camp for me.
I have that one that's kind of Marseille-esque.
Oh, that's
You know,
foil. Um,
it's cute. I barely ever use it, but I think that's the least gaudy looking ones that he has done. Um, I do like his Skipper deck.
who's saying something about what a vile deck? What you on about here? I've missed this. Moran, Sandra. Um,
Sandra says,
oh, I don't like it either. That curious creatures. Oh my god, that is the epitome of vile.
I honestly wish she would go back to actually drawing instead
Yeah,
of
yeah.
lazy. Oh, whoops! I'm gonna piss more people off, but I think the collage work in that deck and the Muse Tarot is not that
The
good. I
Muse
think
Tarot ain't too bad, but that one on the other hand,
with the
no.
horizontal cards,
You know what? As well, that is another bugbear of mine. I can't deal with a horizontal card in a tarot deck.
I mean, I could if it were all horizontal cards or all vertical, but
Yeah,
not
not a
have,
mixture of two.
you
No, no, no,
know.
no, no. It's just a no for me. And Simon, I'm very much with you on that as well. He says he's not a fan of computerized art these days. I never really have been. I prefer more hand drawn kind of, you know what I mean, depending on the deck. And I
Yeah,
think
or I mean, it can be digital art, but it's cuter if it looks a little bit hand drawn,
yeah, I like raw index.
Index.
I like it raw, love.
Lol, the opinions flying like bricks in this live. No deck is saved. Well, lots of decks are saved.
They are,
It's just
John.
that,
Honestly, we do
I
actually
also
love a lot of text. It's just that we ain't got one by us. I actually just had this come through the posters. Like we were just about to start the live, and this is a beautiful version of the Tarot de Marseille. Um, I don't know what decks do I love now. What are my current favorites?
like tarot wise.
Yeah, I ain't really got any current favorites. I'm just sticking to my Marseille decks at the minute. Am I right away,
Um,
Smith?
let me grab one that I've really been.
Oh, the Triumphes with the extras out. Now I do like the Patrick Valenza one. I haven't got it, the Marseille one by him though.
I love that one. Oh,
Um,
so much. This is the one that I really love.
yeah, and I think I'm gonna kind of like jump on that kind of bandwagon and go with the Moon Power Tarot because this is what I love as well. Um,
It's such a fun.
I want that deck so much that you've got.
I think they're I think I mean I'm not gonna order it for you because it's too expensive and I love
I know.
you, but I don't love you that much. But I think the Amsterdam, oh, but she's not shipping to the UK. There's
Or
this
I can always
Amsterdam
PayPal you the
store.
money over before you come and you can get it me anyway.
Yeah. Let me check if she has it back in stock.
Look at that.
Um,
That is just fabulous.
it's really cool. It's that type of art that makes you go, "Oh yeah." The She-Wolf Tarot just is still it's being shipped to Europe as we speak. Like,
Oh, I wonder if Miranda's getting it in. I'll have to have a little word. I do love
yeah,
it though. I always have
this
done.
this and there are some men in here. I do
Love
love
this the retro vibe to it, the vintage vibe.
very 70s vibe. She also
Yeah.
has this really cool majors only sigil type deck, but I think it's a bit too overpriced.
Sandra, this is lovely, but I would say that some of the cards are very questionable. You
Yeah, of
really have to
course.
use your intuition a lot. I love it, Levi. I love that deck.
Yeah, this is one that, it's not an easy reader, but it does make
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think. Look at that. Look at that.
It's stunning, absolutely stunning. I'm trying to
This
find a card where you can see something in it. Say that to me, that would be a soul deck of mine, that one that you've got.
Yeah, yeah, and it is for me as well. But it's not one that you can just pick up and I mean, I can, but if you really want to get into it, it's
Can
not
you help
one.
me out here?
What card is that?
That's the Three of Swords.
Yes, I can help you out. Because to me, Three of Swords is not about heartbreak at all. It's
No,
about
why?
it's about the swords are cutting the heart usually, right?
Yeah.
So that means it's time for your emotion to go and for rationality to grow. That's what
So
this is.
is she swallowing something or spitting something
I
out?
think she's spitting something out. I think that looks kind of like a
Poisonous
rose.
tongue, Tony's just said. Oh my God, how fab is that?
So, she's getting all those emotions out of the way so her rational mind gets room for growth. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's brilliant. I never thought about that poisonous tongue. See, somebody had to tell me what the number 42 meant as well. Is there another one? What's that one?
You know this one, the Way
Oh,
Home
Tyrone,
Tarot.
Taro, yeah. I
It's
kind of
really
love it,
cool.
I kind of don't.
I got it. I was always kind of on the fence, but I got it for free from Finn when he
Oh, yeah,
visited
yeah,
me.
you did, didn't you?
And this is very pippish. I love the way, and honestly, guys, my lighting is really bad, but this is a really stunning deck of cards. I love that the quartz are these silhouettes. This
Yeah, I
is the
like that as
father
well.
of this is the father of wands, which I love. Um, Eight of Cups. There's a lot of cool symbolism in here. There's no guidebook. They kind of just want you to think for yourself.
I
And I
don't think
really
there
like
really needs to be a guidebook with a lot of the decks now, do you?
Sylvain has this really, really, really cool. Sylvain has this really cool video where he kind of talks about there having to be a guidebook or not. And to be quite honest with you, a lot of people use the argument, especially with for indie decks, yeah, there needs to be a guidebook for a beginner. If you're a beginner, an absolute
Yeah,
beginner, you're not
that's
gonna buy
different.
you're not gonna buy
Mm.
yourself an indie deck.
Have you seen who's in this chat here? This woman, that woman who keeps making us buy all this stuff from her shop,
Look,
Miranda,
I got this from her.
Over at the Wootique. Yeah.
So
On
cute.
we love it, and that was, even though it's got a picture of the Queen in there. Tony, hang on. Hi Lisa, hi Mel. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, What the Fuck is Tarot is the guidebook for the way home. Yeah, I did know that kind of, but
Oh, is it?
yeah, it's a separate publication, but I believe the later editions of it don't have the pictures of the way home in it anymore. It's a little convoluted.
Ah,
But
see,
I
you know
don't.
what? My
Yeah,
unpopular opinion now is going to be, and I'm not saying anything unkind about the deck and all the creator because they are both lovely. But I can't see for me personally, I can't see the major mass appeal in the gentle tarot. And I know some people absolutely adore it. But I don't think it's a deck that I would ever see myself working with.
it is a very sensitive subject. I don't know if I want to say anything about it because people get so rabid about that deck, but I don't see it either.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. The Temperance card. We get that
But the
freaky.
face, like a monkey face.
This is a freaky Bible angel. Fear not, sis.
Oh, God, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, and a peacock and all kinds of stuff. So I feel like
Miranda, seeing as you're in the room, are you getting the she-wolf tarot in, or show her, Levi, show her?
I think this is something she might like. Actually, I also love that other deck that she did, that Serpent Fire Tarot. But
Big
I
time.
kind of wanted to choose between the two, and I feel like this is the.
Oh, Mel, you did. See, it's not just me then, and I thought it was just me. They didn't kind of vibe with it either. And Miranda, if you love me and you want some more promotion, you need to do the other two in this set because I love, I love this deck. That is just fab, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really really cool, that desert vibe. Uh, it's a major inspiration for me, and this is very rough collage work, which I like.
Yeah, mate. Is that still the she-wolf?
Yeah, this is still the she wolf. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think this is. Look at this, a 10 of Swords with all these snakes around. I think it's just, and it looks even better in person. But I just have shit lighting. Look at that Queen of Swords. Like, she is that bitch.
There you go, Miranda. There you go. It's sold now. Sold to the boutique in London.
And I'm extra happy with this edition because this is the first edition, and that has this really cool magician card that's no longer in the deck. Let me see if I can find it.
Is that the one with David Bowie in it? That one?
Yeah, this is the version with David Bowie in it. It has so definitely going to show you that card. Oh yeah, and I have the magician here. So in the new edition, the magician is a gigantic vulva, which I also think is fucking cool.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I have this first edition where this is the magician, and I don't know. I kind of like a hunky rocker boy magician, so I think that's really cool. And then this is the divine masculine or emperor card for this edition. So
Oh,
that's
look at that.
it's really, really sweet. But I don't know if it's going to be, because with every edition she releases of this deck, it changes. Because
Yeah, they change your card, don't they?
when this was first released, she got a lot of backlash from women saying, "Oh, there's no fat people in the deck," and she was actually really upfront about it. And she said, "Well, I put out an ad asking for women of all shapes and sizes to be in the deck, but none of the fat chicks and dudes applied. So, I had to work with what I had. So, with every iteration, she's adding more and more diversity to it. So, that's really
If
cool."
anybody wants me and Levi Index, we're always available.
Oh
I
yeah, I actually have a couple of like pretty saucy photo shoots saved on my iPhone just for this occasion.
show a bit of nipple as well. I Stu. Yeah, yeah, we don't mind showing a bit of nipple. So yeah, like I mean, nobody's ever asked us to appear in a deck. Oh, actually, they have. So say no more. Remember, yeah, yeah.
Oh, the one where they just wanted to use.
That's for another day, don't, because in case it gets rerun.
You know what? I would also love to have that pussy deck.
Which pussy deck? The
There's a
Yoni.
deck. No, no, no. I don't know if it's the Yoni Oracle. There's a deck out now that has pictures of pussies.
Oh, it's not out yet, is it?
Oh, is it not? Okay, that's pretty cool. But I don't know. It's not cool at all, but it's funny.
See you later, Miranda.
See you.
I did say there's a really cool deck when I went into the Goddess Temple gift shop in Glastonbury the other day called the Yoni, I recall. That's really nice because they only do female centric decks in the Goddess Temple shop.
So
And
what's your take on the Barbara Walker, Martin?
I don't know really, I'm kind of always been on the fence about it. I don't dislike it. I kind of like it, but I'm not a massive fan of it.
I love it. It's one of
I
my
know you
favorites.
do. Yeah.
It's actually in the Pieces of My Soul tarot deck video.
Let me show you
It's
something. Yeah, I know
one.
you like it. But it's nothing I've ever really loved. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get something as everything falls down. I had a bag the other day. Look. Now, this is a shopping bag.
What does it say?
Emo-
Well, you can put all your decks in that, love.
I can just carry it round with the fucking shop with my corned beef and spamming it round Tesco.
Yeah. No, I'm actually lately we've talked about this before. I've kind of been in a little bit of a tarot funk, and but I am really like digging cool indie oracle decks that offer something new, like for example this one, which is
Oh,
simple yet
that's just fab. Oh,
constructed.
by the way, I never asked you, do you love it? Am you glad you bought it?
Yeah, I'm really glad. It's really
Told ya.
good. I really like the deck for Wonder Walking. I think that's a really good and original oracle deck that I'm really digging.
Beth
Funnily
sells
enough,
that, doesn't she?
what?
Beth over a little red tarot
Yeah,
sells that.
she does. I really like. Funnily enough, I like this one a lot.
It ain't too
You,
bad.
you can roll your eyes at me all you want,
It's,
but I do
it's
like
fab, in it? That bag is just fab.
it. It really is.
So, like, I mean, there's nothing else like to kind of like touch on this week. I think we've touched on everything that we needed to touch on, really, ain't we?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, we can wrap it up a little bit early. I'm okay with that, and we can hang out in this room after we've stopped
We
going
can.
live
Thanks,
and
Tammy Boy.
talk a
What I
little
do
bit
want to
more.
say is, next few days, tomorrow I'm doing some walkthroughs, and I forgot which deck I'm gonna do now because I'm a shit show. Um, and then I want to ask you guys, obviously, because I want to keep it fresh and everything,
Hmm.
and I want to ask you guys what you like me because I know you all love my potty mouth, and so I'd like you to like kind of like guide me and you know, tell me basically what to do because I like being dominated. No, not really. I basically like you to ask, like, what do you want me to talk about? And I think it's nice to keep it current.
Yeah, and if anybody has like any subjects they would like us to talk about during the live next week,
Yeah,
feel free to
yeah,
shoot now.
please, yeah, because please do. And I've got a live on Monday with Joe of Beyond the Veil, where we're talking a lot about different things that are going on in the community. And I've also got a live one day next week with Ben and Beneficial Tarot. I forgot what day that is. And there's something else coming up as well, and I can't remember. I don't know. I don't know. Say, I'm just a mess, and I'm just a hot mess.
A
That's what
hot
it's.
mess.
That's what it is. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for joining us. You all
How about you pull me a fucking tarot card, you bitch?
okay then? Okay, I'll pull your Moon Tarot.
Yes.
Right, your card for the upcoming week, bitch. From Wednesday to Wednesday, by the way. Oh shit. Give Jo a follow behind the veil because she's going to be hosting the live on Monday. I haven't, Candy, no. But I've been looking at watching yours as well. I don't know whether I could handle it. Actually, the death year thing,
No, me either. I'm not gonna do it.
the ones discussions with Ben. I know it's just funny, isn't it?
Is it about the fact that wands are gigantic penises?
Yeah. Levi, right, okay. It's time for some inner reflection and
I
deep
know.
work on yourself. I've get the feeling that you have been kind of trying to avoid facing yourself for a while, and you've been doing everything for everybody else, and you're kind of forgetting about you. It's time to kind of wrap things up a little and kind of go on a soul search, maybe like kind of hibernate for a few days if you possibly can. But don't neglect yourself because like, you are the most important person.
Yeah, true, true,
Yeah.
true. I've been longing for some hermit mode days, honestly, not gonna lie. I am actually going to pull you a deck from, or a card from, and I know I've done this a couple of times, but pull you a card from my new Oracle deck, the Brother to Brother Oracle, which is not out yet since I don't really know what I'm going to do with it yet. Ooh, you got Lavender.
Oh, actually, the funny thing is, I've been bottling some lavender today.
Ooh, that's interesting. Um,
Mm.
so usually lavender in most decks, it's usually used for calming and relaxing and soothing, but it can also be a really great uplifting herb that you can kind of like use to kind of get a little bit get some pep in your step. So that's kind of what I would like for you to try to embody a little bit.
I actually love the smell of lavender. People used to take the piss in the UK saying it smells like old ladies. Well, I want to be that fucking old lady because I love the smell of
Yeah,
it.
she's
I really do.
fabulous.
Yeah,
That
it
old
is.
lady is fab.
Darcy,
Um,
this one is the Moon Power Tarot. Oh yeah, that's the one she wanted. Yeah, the Moon Power Tarot, and it's available from the boutique if you're over in the UK.
yeah.
And that one
So,
that I was using is the Brother to Brother Oracle, which
which
is
is
Levi.
not which is
Oh,
not out yet.
which nobody can fucking get because because they ain't bought it out yet.
Yeah, because the publishers said no to it. But
Oh wow.
it's gonna come. I mean, it's gonna come. But
It is, it is.
I'm thinking about still shopping this around to a couple of other ones before I decide to do a Kickstarter because I can't be bothered with having 500 copies of this deck in my house at all. So
And
yeah.
I couldn't fit 500 copies of a deck in mine.
So we're just gonna have to wait and see, and if and if the other publisher that I had in mind falls through, then I'm just gonna do a Kickstarter, and that'll be that. So
Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
Anyway, we really are going now.
yeah.
So thank you. Stay in the room, Levi. Thank you, everybody, for all your love, your support, your subscribing, and the love to me and Levi. And you are Tony. Yeah, that's another good idea because the rest of Levi's decks are on there anyway.
But this, if I upload this to NPC, it will be €50 without me making any money off of it at all. So that's going to be
And
too expensive. Yeah.
bye, Simon. Bye, Sandra. Bye, Tony, Liz, Darcy, everybody else. Love you all. And we'll see you all very soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.